Hello, this is Jeff Malone, the X is Silent, here with a review of the November 12th, 2011 episode of Saturday Night Live, hosted by Emma Stone with musical guest Coldplay. The opening sketch was another GOP debate sketch, and this time the focus was on the brain flatulence of Rick Perry. The best line was Mitt Romney with, "I want to be president, but not like this." B minus. Emma Stone's monologue, which was pretty much the same monologue that Kirsten Dunst did 9 years ago. Andy Samberg dressed up as Spider-Man and hung upside down. The most reliably expected Sambergian line was, "Does Spider-Man hate Mondays now?" B. Okay, then we went on to the secret word. And the best part of that was the freaky ventriloquism. And that gets a B. On to WXPD News. And the most idiosyncratically Herb Welchian reference this time around was, you think this Belafonte kid ought to, pipe down? And that one gets a B minus. On to the digital short, I Wish It Would Rain. This was one of the worst, if not the worst, digital short that has ever aired on SNL. And that was a huge disappointment considering, this rap R&B parody is generally the forte of The Lonely Island. Andy did manage to wring a few laughs out of it, simply by virtue of being Andy Samberg. I gave it a C. That might be generous. Coldplay's first performance of the night was their current hit single and one of the best songs of the year, Paradise. It sounded to me like Chris Martin had a cold, so that performance got a B. On to Weekend Update. The best visual gag of Update this time around was Joe Paterno as a gargoyle. Seth got a C+ overall for the night. The Update segments. First we had the Devil, Jason Sudeikis as the Devil, commenting on the Penn State scandal. And the best part about that was him banging on the map on the wall. Great use of the set in that segment. So that got a B. And then we had Garth and Kat. And I gotta say, who loves the tinfoil? And one other thing. Pilgrims are always friendly unless they're pushed to their limit. But there's not one pilgrim who's gonna be mad forever, right? And one more thing. Don't sweat the small stuff. So Garth and Kat and Chris Martin as their backup singer, Jan Pocketbook, got a B+ for this rendition. Then we did the return of the Les Jeunes de Paris, which is basically the French What Up With That, and the sneakiest entrance was Napoleon, so that got a B. Then we had the bridal shower sketch, and Emma as Wallace, the well-meaning but little confused co-worker of the bride, was a performance by a host for the ages. One of the best we've seen in many a sketch. Emma's best performance of the night. But I gotta mention Nassim as Mrs. Malone for a great unsung hero performance. Really pushing this sketch over the edge to being the best sketch of the night, and so that got an A-. And Coldplay's second performance of the night was Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, and for this one I gotta give them props for the guitar sounding so clean. Rock songs the acoustics aren't always that great on the SNL stage, but here it sounded as it was supposed to. So that got a B. Then we had the Someone Like You sketch, where everyone working in an office was sharing a cry over Adele's song Someone Like You. And the best setting of this sketch was backstage of SNL, where Coldplay the members of Coldplay were crying over the song as well. So that got a B. And then we ended off the night with We're Going to Make Technology Hump, in which electronic gadgets are made to act out pornographic scenes. The best line of this sketch was, "Call me a hopeless romantic, but this lady needs some dialogue before the action." Or it needs a little dialogue before the action, to phrase it exactly as it was. Now, last year, when Emma Stone hosted for the first time, I was happy to see her on the SNL stage. I've been a fan of hers since I first saw her in Superbad, and it was gratifying to see that she had made it far enough to be able to be asked to be an SNL host. But I was slightly disappointed because I didn't think that first appearance showed off all she had to offer as an SNL host. But interestingly enough, a lot of people thought she did a great job. Lorne Michaels sang her praises. He was quoted in a Vanity Fair cover article about Emma from a few months ago, which, so that praise, while I didn't quite agree with how far it went, I was happy that those sentiments existed, because it meant that she was likely going to be asked back to host again and become a host of many times. And so this time, her second time hosting, really did show off her ability as an SNL host. Particularly her performance as Wallace in the bridal shower sketch, and playing it straight with Andy Samberg in the We're Going to Make Technology Hump. So I'm glad she had that opportunity, because now we know for sure that she can go for it as whatever character she needs to be, and that is the hallmark of a great SNL host. So I look forward to seeing her join the Five Timers Club in a few years, and just seeing her around the SNL stage in the decade or so to come. Next week, we've got Jason Segel hosting, which I've been waiting for this guy to host for a long time. And then Florence and the Machine will be the musical guest, almost a year to the day after their first appearance last season. So I will see you with a review of that episode next week. In the meantime, check out the blog, jmunney.wordpress.com, and that is that.